Hey guys, welcome back again to my channel, and we're continuing our journey in finding out defensive stats and how they work. From our last video, I took everyone's comments into account for this video and ran experiments with it. Mainly I did experiments on Stern, Little Lila, Mashery, and the Grace, just to see how it goes or how it rolls with these units. So all of these units either have no attack, like no missile or slash resistance, or equal slash and missile resistance. So yeah, let's begin to show how the tests went. Test number 1, Stern level 30 with no resistance to missile or slash. So Ketone does 397 damage without Leona's card equipped. Then Ketone does 348 damage with Leona's vision card equipped, means adding plus 12 def to Stern. Frederica, on the other hand, does 367 damage with no Leona's vision card equipped. With the vision card equipped, however, Frederica does 323 damage on Stern. We have a better computation now thanks to one of our commenters in our last video. Thank you very much. And based on our calculations, from Frederica's damage, we get 1% mitigated per defense point. On Ketone's side, we also have 1% mitigated per defense point following the computation that we have as well. Our second test is with Little Lila. She has negative 15% resistance, both missile and slash, but has no elemental advantage or disadvantage. So Ketone does 455 damage with no Leona's vision card on Little Lila. And Ketone does 399 damage on Little Lila with the Leona's vision card equipped. On Frederica's side, she does 421 damage without Leona's vision card equipped on Lila. And with Leona's card equipped on Lila, Frederica does 370 damage. So based on our computation, we still have 1% mitigated per defense point when testing with Little Lila, using Frederica as the attacker. Again, with Ketone as the attacker, we get 1% mitigated per defense point. Moving on to test number 3, we have Mashery Horn, who has plus 10 resistance for both missile and slash, but no element advantage or disadvantage. So Ketone does 436 damage when Mashery does not equip the Leona's vision card. But with Leona's vision card, we get 383 damage instead for Ketone. Next is Frederica with 404 damage with no Leona's vision card equipped on Mashery. And with the Leona's vision card equipped, we have 355 damage dealt by Frederica to Mashery. So you can see here that the results for Mashery are also the same, that we get 1% damage mitigated per point on both Frederica and Ketone, solidifying the 1% damage per point result. Lastly, test number 4 is Grace with plus 25% missile and slash resistance and no elemental disadvantages or advantages. For Grace, Ketone does 257 damage when no Leonis vision card is equipped on her. With Leona's card equipped, you have 225 damage from Ketone on Grace. While for Frederica, you have 238 damage without the Leonis card on Grace. And lastly, you have 208 damage when Leonis vision card is equipped on Grace. So the results are for 1% damage mitigated per point again. So I am fairly convinced that each death point is 1% damage mitigation. So the next thing I wanted to know is whether levels or jobs affect the defense. So I have here Stern and Schutzel, both warriors, Meriluk and Ffbe, both monks. So Stern and Schutzel have the same resistances and are both level 30. So you can see they have the same received damage. While on the other hand, Ffbe and Meriluk are both monk and receive the same damage because they have the same resistances. You can see that both level 30 soldiers and the level 1 monks have fairly the same damage with little difference. So where does the difference come from? It's from the resistances of the job. So soldiers have 10% slash resistance while monks have 5%. So that accounts for the difference between the two, as you can see in our computations over here. So in our next bit, I actually leveled up Meriluk a bit to level 2, and as you can see, the damage stayed the same. And I leveled her up even more and more, but the damage stayed consistent. So it seems like levels does not affect, the damage received. So let's move on and test number 6. Does job levels affect defense? So we'll see how it goes with Nasha getting her job levels up. So at job level 5 for Paladin, Nasha receives 282 damage from Ketone. And upon leveling up from 5 to 6, you can see here that it still stayed the same with 282 damage received. Therefore, I think that job levels also do not contribute to the defense stat of a unit. By the way, this is just not one job level up. I did several and it did not do anything. So my hypothesis is, despite the level difference, Mont and Nasha should fairly receive the same damage. And in order for me to test this properly, I removed all passives for both units, considered their master abilities, their resistances, and their defense panels on their ability board on our computation. So here's the tests. So Miranda, who has no elemental advantage or disadvantage on both characters, is the attacker I've chosen. And she does 105 damage on Mont and 121 damage on Nasha. So you can see there's a bit of a difference on these two units, different from what we've expected. So the main difference is Mont's master ability, and he has more, or a single panel more than Nasha on the ability board with +2 def. So what we did is we added Mont's master ability of +15 def and the extra +2 def on his ability board to get 17%, and we minus it to 100, so that's 83%. So we multiplied that to 121, which is the damage Nasha received, to see if it adds up. But of course, we have to consider that Nash has 5% more slash resistance. compared to Mont, so we have to add the 5%, meaning we have to add that damage because it's not considered on Mont, if you get the idea. So calculating that all, we receive 106, which is not equivalent to the 105 we're supposed to receive. Now that doesn't add up, so we did more investigations to figure out why. So the next test number 7, is truth about resistances, where we test Stern, who has no resistances to slash, and we test him without Iron Giant VC plus 7 slash resistance, and with Iron Giant VC that adds plus 7% slash resistance. So this is Nasha's damage on Stern without Iron Giant vision card, and here's Nasha's attack on Stern with the Iron Giant vision card plus 7% slash resistance. So something doesn't add up, because 102 minus 7 is not 96, it's 95. So something's wrong. So instead of 7, we get 6 points of damage reduction. So 6 divided by 7 is 0.85. So that means 1% of resistance is not really 1, it's 0.85 or 85%. So going back to the dilemma earlier of the mismatch, so instead of adding 0.05, we should have added 0.425, which lead us to the correct damage mitigation, which is 105. So my conclusions are: 1 death point is 1% mitigation, and 1 resistance is like 0.85 defense mitigation. And levels and job levels don't affect the defense, or don't actually affect defense, but what affects it is actually the panels in the ability board you've unlocked and passives. This was brought up to me by one of the commenters, Michael McNally. Thank you so much. And through this test, I've proven that what he said was correct. So now I'm gonna show you the tier of the tanks based on damage mitigation. And at the bottom of the list is we have Nasha. So as you can see here, her damage mitigation goes around 30%-ish. This is based from our tests, by the way, and her ability board and everything else. And at second place, we have Mont, which have very varying resistances or damage mitigation, based on his panels, resistances, and master ability. And of course, at first place, and everyone knows, it's Engelbert. As you can see, he has a very superior damage mitigation percentages. So this is not me saying that Engelbert is the end-all be-all and that Nasha is really bad. She's just not the best at damage mitigation, but she's better than most. There are many factors to tanking besides damage mitigation or pure def value. You have evade, you have HP, and all that. And we still haven't explored that. Also, HP regeneration. So Nasha is quite different from your usual tank, and Engelbert is your straightforward beefcake, and Mont is your warrior bruiser, somewhat tanky beefy cake. So yeah, one thing I've noticed comparing the three is that, of course, Engelbert is straightforward, as I've said, beefcake, and then Nasha is a little bit more finesse with so much luck. I was thinking that maybe she's an evade tank and no one's noticed it. So at the beginning I thought she was an HP tank, but her HP panels does not suggest that, you know. The sheer amount of luck value in her ability board just stresses the fact that she can dodge, but she doesn't have any dodge buff. That's the problem. And we'll see how it goes. I'm planning to build her, and we'll figure it out by then. Yeah, I am planning to build her with Lucia coming up. So yeah, I hope this video helped you guys figure things out and get a basic idea on how defense works, and hopefully enlighten some questions. Again, please leave a like, subscribe, and comment. I would like to hear from you guys. And regarding PvP, I'm kind of burned out with my team and want something different. So I'm kind of not, besides the terrible internet. In short, in Tagalog it's called umay. More like, I think a better word in English is burnout. So with a new team compo that I'm building, I might post some videos soon, but right now I'm just not feeling it. With so many people using Ziza now, I'm kind of a mainstream bitch. I don't like mainstream things. So yeah, thanks again guys, and hope I can churn out a new video soon, and have a great weekend.